All right. Hello and welcome to my beautiful basement. I am going to be working on this display board. I have a lot to do still. I've got to get metal down. I've got to get it painted and everything. This is going to be like a fortress, and this half will be on the inside of it. And this half will be on the outside. I even have, to keep with my theme, another storm surge that is going to be inside of the building. And I have plans to have that storm surge being worked on by little dudes. We're gonna see if I can do it. It's a heavy, it's a lot to do, I think. So let's get to it. So what I'm doing first is getting metal down on to the areas where my models will be sitting, and I need to put weight on these so that they cure evenly. I don't want the metal kind of bending around. And then you'll see when I start to glue the rocks, I didn't know what I was doing initially. I was just trying to figure out a way to glue some texture down. And I tried some wood filler, but I also landed on some spackling that you would use on drywall and pushed it around mostly with my hands, just trying to make this desert landscape texture. And I feel like that worked the best for now. We'll see how well it holds. I also tried some crackle paint. That's what that brown is, and it didn't really work. And then this black paint is actually Mod Podge with black paint mixed in. This is a mixture that if you've watched Black Magic Craft, he's got some great tutorials on how to seal the XPS foam. And so I got that from him from a long time ago. And then now I'm putting some brown, the base color down on the board. Okay, so I'm this far. I've got the paint on the desert portion, and I think it's starting to look good. I think this is really going to turn out. I don't think I'm going to have time to get behind the fortress as detailed as I wanted. So we're just going to push to try and finish as much as we can before LVO. But I need to take this outside and see if it fits in my car. That's right. I did not plan from the beginning on how big it was. I was just building it for fun. So we're going to go double check because I can't put it in my back seat. I have to put it in the trunk. So let's go see. Moment of truth. Oh. I've tried to get this in here every which way, and it has to go in this trunk, and it's too tall. So I think I'm gonna have to cut it off right here. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out where to cut it off. But not really what I wanted to do at this point in time. I can't put it in the back seat because I'm gonna have kids in the back. I'm taking them down. They're stopping about halfway. Yeah, I have to get it in the trunk. So here we go. I've had some time to think about it, and I'm just gonna have to cut it. So probably somewhere around the height of the surge. And then I've thought about doing this wall a little lower. Okay, well, I've got to do it now or never, right? If I can't get it down there, then what's the point? This is gonna hurt. Wooden dowel. These should cut those, right? I need an adequately widthed bit. I want it to be like as far out as I can because I'm gonna need some distance on this. How far can this go down? About to there. So this can go about to there.
too thick. My adequately widthed bit is, I need to get something thinner. This is not working well, in case you're wondering. Okay, moment of truth time number 1. First of many to come. We'll just do it. Easy. Okay, beauty. That'll go there. This could work. This could work. It's not going to be perfect, but I just need to get her done at this point. Wish me luck. All right. Oh dear. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. We got this. All part of the experience. Someday it'll be pretty. Ta-da! Okay, let's keep going. I chipped it here. I'm gonna need to put some more brown down. Put the brown down. I'm reusing this guy.
So at this point, I am getting the rest of the colors down, just doing another coat of brown to help protect it as best I can. Black is going to be the base coat on everything behind it, so the fortress and inside the fortress. Black for a protective coat, as well as just to get a base down, and then gray on the outside, kind of like a tan gray, and then I tested out blue on the inside, which ended up being a huge mistake. But I came over here and I got my highlight color, the sand color, onto the desert portion, and here you can see I painted back over the blue, and it's back to being black. And that's because the blue, I had nothing. I was kind of gonna throw in the towel, and then my wife helped me, and I got back on the wagon and just was like, yeah, all right, let's build it. So I kind of had to think through, like, what am I gonna do here? And I got some foam going on the hot wire cutter tool, and just kind of started figuring out, you know, what's gonna go behind this, because it's completely empty. And so I just kind of figured out a couple ideas to start filling in the space, because my whole goal is to have a storm surge dock area with guys climbing in it and jumping on it, and obviously there won't be models, like little guys, all over the back of this display board, and that's simply due to the time. I just had to get the board itself done as best I could. So here we are, adding walkways and just more structure so that it looks more industrial-ish. And I know that Tau stuff, I wanted it to be more, I don't know the right descriptor, but almost more like sci-fi-ish instead of industrial. But it just ended up industrial, and I just had to get it done with the time that I had available to me. And I like the way it turned out, actually. So all the walkways, I just used the hot wire cutter to make little railings on all the walkways, and I just have been using tacky glue to get the foam connected, to get the XPS connected to the rest of it. And then I used some gray paint to lighten up the blacks, and I brought some of the desert color, like it's coming in from the doorway, into the fortress. And then, as you can see there, I added an arrow pointing out the door, and I've added some red paint that's kind of like a keep clear sign for people inside the fortress. And here I'm magnetizing the foot of the storm surge. I decided that I could either glue this storm surge into the display board, or I could magnetize it. And I magnetized it so that I could take it off if needs be. both just to keep it safe in travel maybe, but also if I potentially wanted to use it in gameplay later on. But what I did is I have this rod going into the wall, and this is where I'm going to anchor a couple of hoses, just kind of make it look like it's got power going to it, like it's docked. And just what that will also do is add a second point of contact to stabilize it as it moves around and everything. And then I just ended up adding another walkway to it. Those blue, so there's those blue rectangle things. Those are actually supposed to be terminals. They don't necessarily look like it, but that's what they are. And then here I decided to put the orange and blue that I have on my models onto the fortress. And I did a couple of passes of this, but then I decided to hand draw the just write Tau on it. Because, you know, we're not about subtlety here at the Tau Empire. We want to let people know who we are. So I just added that. I thought it would tie in with the models that I have, where they have the letters on their legs and stuff. So I did that, and I really think it pulled in the building and really made the building work. Definitely kind of helps take your eye off some of the parts of the building that aren't as pretty as the rest. So I worked on that, and as you can tell, white is, you have to do a lot of passes on it to make it really smooth, which is hard to do. And I don't feel like mine is smooth, but oh well, we'll get over it. Oh, well, I think this is as done as it's going to be for now. The white is really tricky, and I don't really want to work on it more because it's really late and I need to get packed so I can drive tomorrow. Let's take a look at it though. So the tide wall shield line is not part of my list, but it's just for display. And yeah, I'm actually really proud of this display board. I think it's going to be really cool to have at LVO because it's like a defensive structure, and the Storm Surge thematically is kind of a defensive unit. I've got two sitting out there and one kind of walking through the doorway, and the tanks coming out through the doorway as well. I'm really happy with it. I think the colors are close enough that it feels cohesive as an army and as a display board. And this back here with the extra Storm Surge being kind of, I wanted to have him being worked on, but then I have a guy jumping into the cockpit there. I wanted to have like another guy on the walkway behind him, running up behind him to also get in, because there are two pilots. And there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to do back there that I won't get to before LVO, but at some time later in this year, I will finish the display board more so and get it up to a level even higher than this one. So if you're interested in that, I post a lot of my work on Facebook, and I plan to be making more YouTube videos. So keep an eye out if you are interested, and I appreciate you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're down in Vegas, I hope that we're talking and hanging out and having a good time. So yeah, everyone, enjoy yourselves, be safe out there. This has been fun. We should do this again sometime, and I'll talk to you later.